He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He would wake up everyone.
I'm not awake yet. It's almost like, it's just... And some, Christians, they have the mercy of that, of Christ, and they're juicy, they're live, they really, they sing in their heart, there's really real devotion. Not superficial. I was never attracted to that. I was never attracted. The devotees never attracted. I was only attracted to Prabhupada and the holy names and the books. Were you attracted to devotees? Some, yeah.
I have to, something I would like to mention here, but Srila Gaurahari Das has just said about never feeling, he never felt this bhav with devotees. He only felt it with Prabhupada's books and the holy name. My question would be to Srila Gaurahari Das, when he stayed in ISKCON or any Gaudiya Math temple, is did he actually spend time with devotees, aka did he attend Mangal Arti with an open heart? Did he attend these programs and ceremonies with a sincere open heart to relish associating with fellow devotees singing in Sankirtan? That's my question to Srila Gaurahari Das, if he's listening.
Right. Going down the mountain. So are you talking about like offering yourself to the deity, like in Mangalarti, that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's a certain level where I'm doing that when I'm chanting. It's the same deity, man. There's no difference with deity there on the temple and the name to me. I'm offering myself. I love it, man. And it's not a ritual, and maybe it's not a ritual for others, but the bottom line is if you're really experiencing your heart melting, you'll know. I mean, the tears come, the choking, and all that stuff. A lot of devotees may not experience that. Maybe it's a more sentimental, but maybe some are. But the bottom line is, Vaidhi association is not often encouraged because most Vaidhi bhaktas don't understand it. They're afraid of emotions. They've got all this repression stuff. They got all these ideas that it's just not a great place to cultivate that bhakti. So people may have had experiences like Johann and Lalita and others, but it's a good place for it to bloom. So that's the bottom line. It's like, where can you cultivate this where it'll grow? I couldn't cultivate it in ISKCON. If any tears came, they freaked out. They don't understand it. They think it's an offense or something.
Another question.
That makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Very much so. Another question. I have another question. Did you ever feel ecstasy while singing Samsara Darva and hold back the tears?
Oh, so many times. I've made videos, and that's on there.
What, videos of you doing Samsara Darva in the temple, chanting Hare Krishna with the devotees, holding back tears?
Well, not that I can remember. I mean, I remember just dancing for the deep. Yeah, what's the difference if I do it alone or with the devotees? What's the difference?
No, the thing is, what I'm saying, Maharaj, is that when you kind of whitewash the whole scene, that there is no ecstasy, that there is no emotion when you go to these ritualistic, dogmatic ceremonies, that they're all they hamper your bhakti, they hamper your bhakti lata bij growing.
Well, you got to be a little intelligent. You got to be a little intelligent. That's what we've been doing. But it needs
Yeah. He uses
River,
it.
mute your.
Ramuna, can you mute?
I can't talk. If people don't mute their microphone when they're talking, how am I going to talk? So, River, you got to mute your microphone. There you go. Yeah. No, it's not all or nothing. It's just a lot of times you need personal details. Like Prabhupada, he would also make general statements. What are you going to do? You have a general idea, and then when you're dealing individually, you can clear things up. But generally, there's a lot of people that don't have bhakti and that don't have this devotion, ecstatic devotion. They don't like it. They don't like what we're doing. Can't you tell? If you see that's the general thing,
I put that phone on charge.
the general thing, they don't like this ecstatic devotion. They don't know what
on
it
the
is.
right
They think
side.
it's scary
Right,
or
it's
whatever
dead
it
as
is.
a door now.
But now, personally,
Really on.
maybe some
It's on
have
about
a
2% now.
they have something going on. They get something.
Yeah,
Right?
but it needs it's very simple.
I'd love for them.
And she feels things in there, right? And you're chanting with them.
Well, with the group kirtan, that's basically it. When it's a whole big group and I'm kind of anonymous,
Yeah. So anyway, that's there, and so it's you got to see there's general speaking about these things, and then there's individual. Just like in those groups, there's a Lalita and there's a Johan. They're crying out, please give me the association where I can bloom. Maybe they don't know that in their mind, but they want to bloom. They want to do it. So they're devotees like that. You might have been one of them. I don't know.
Karuna, remember that young man that came to the kirtan?
Get my glasses.
I wanted to say this when Gaurahari was listening, but you remember he came and we had at my house, and you said, boy, he needed to learn something about being respectful, because he kind of just walked in and took over the. Okay, well, you know what? I saw him at the temple yesterday because I was meeting somebody else for something else, and he couldn't even hardly talk to me because he had been getting other input from his gurus and the other devotees, and they know Gaurahari's teaching because they go online and they see and they talk with each other. But I don't talk to them, and they don't talk to me. But I can tell in his eyes that he's like not, really, like not able to talk to me right now.
I'm back here.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Mary, it's an individual. That's an individual case.
They're functioning on
that
a
doesn't
different
really
level.
help, really.
Yeah, it's a different level.
I mean, yeah, it's a different level.
It's a different level of bhakti. One is the regulative, the other is an ecstatic level. In those whom, I'll quote you the verse. In those in whom ecstatic devotion, in those who worship the Lord with prema, not even the greatest scholars can understand their minds or their feelings or their intentions, their plans, stuff like that. Chapter 23.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Maybe I've been having too much association with devotees who had taste in these sampradayas and these sanghas, and a lot of the people who come here, didn't have taste, it seems, and a lot of people who did have taste, but they're afraid to speak up and say, I had taste. Otherwise, why would I stay in the movement for 40 years? So what you're saying doesn't ring true to them.
Yeah, actually, and there's a taste. I mean, there's a guy gets up every day, shit, and does his program, man. He must have some taste. Why the hell is he doing it, man? But it bores me. It's not the kind of. I mean, I'm not interested at all to me, it's like empty rituals. But some people, they think it's great. I've been to a lot of programs where people are doing just kind of the program, you know, the buying, and they're ringing the bells and everything. It's like I feel nothing. I feel no. To them, they might be feeling something. I don't know.
Perfect. Perfect. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
He's
Wang
driving down the
advisor.
mountain, so it must be sporadic.
Hassan.
Yeah, I'm here, but it'll come back. It's just certain spots.
So that's all I wanted to really bring up on a point there. That's all I wanted to say
Yeah.
about that.
I mean, let's take that a little deeper. What is it that makes you doubtful? What are you doubting?
Oh, no. It's not doubting.
Is there doubt?
No.
No?
I have no doubt.
Okay.
It's no doubt. It's just
Okay.
when you say something that's subjective and accept that as well, yes, you are an ecstatic devotee, and yes, Yamuna says that Krishna speaks through you. I do feel sometimes Krishna may not always be speaking as clearly as we'd all expect a pure Uttama Bhakta to be speaking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're into that. Okay, I got that. All right, that's
Okay.
what I get.
Okay.
All right, you're into that mighty thing that was propagated. You know, people think, well, Prabhupada said everything perfectly. I'm sorry, he is the thing that Krishna is looking at, and that it's not like, oh, everything he said is absolutely perfectly said with all. You know, it's not going to happen. The Lord is looking at the devotion of a devotee. That's it. That's the main thing. Not like, well, he's put the perfect points across perfectly. Hey, man, nobody does. Prabhupada did. There are things I don't agree with that he said that are not absolutely like what I would say would be perfect, but it's not about that. The Lord looks at the devotion of the devotee. Is it pure love of God? There will always be some increasing revelation to realization. St. Paul is a saint, you know, but he had a certain level of understanding and realization about God, and it evolves too. It goes deeper. You know, the Lord reveals more things. So it's not about, well, you know, Gaurahari, Prabhupada said everything. No, he didn't. Nobody does. Bhakti Siddhanta didn't. Nobody.
Excellent.
But because the Lord ain't looking at that. The Lord is looking at the pure love that the devotee has for God. That's our eternal standard. That's the standard, is the devotion. Not necessarily the preaching points and stuff like that. You know, Prabhupada said a lot of things. You know, if we can go over a lot of things that he said that are generalities also about other groups that I don't. I said, well, they're not all like that, but you know, it's just kind of how it is. It's preaching. There are verses that need some adjustment that are not perfect. You know, perfectly expressed, and you know, you can always improve things if you qualify to improve them. And everybody that has some intelligence will agree.
Thank you, Mahar. Thank you, Gaurahari Das. Thank you, Srila Gaurahari Das. That's what I want. Sometimes when you're giving a live class, I want to chime in and I want to say something or express something, but I find that the texting is too slow and you miss it, and it kind of stops the flow. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point. A lot of these things need to be discussed. It's just, you know, it's our limitation in that way of doing like Facebook Live things.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of points need to be cleared, and especially when something in your heart is coming up, and it's nice to discuss it in the moment.
Yeah.
So but we got a little limitation on those things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to bring it up.
I think that's the great thing of what I don't want to toot my own horn, but right now I'm doing a Facebook Live on this conversation, so that's been dealt with.
Oh, you're tooting your own horn. Oh, okay.
I think sometimes too when Gaurahari speaks in the class, there's one or two out there that really need to hear that particular message, but we all get it, and then we all, think he's only talking to me, and then we want to, steer the class in a certain way. So just have to remember that he's talking to all of us too, and maybe one or two in particular. I guess the ones that react are the ones that need it the most.
Jai.
I'm going to be going to pick up the kitty cat here soon.
Does anybody have a problem? Let's take a vote. Should she pick up the kitty cat, or should she renounce it falsely?
Oh my gosh!
You have to do what the group thinks it does.
Well, I don't know what the thumbs up means.
Thumbs up.
You realize how much?
River, should she get the cat? What do you think?
I don't think she should, but I think no. I think no. I don't know. I think Sachi should do what she wants to do and not falsely do anything.
Well, the thing with Yamuna is that she experimented with letting Shadow go. I would never experiment with letting Leela go.
Oh yeah.
But I've already given myself so much a hard time. I mean, I have been shaking in my boots about this thing. God.
Just get the
I finally
cat and
decided,
enjoy the
you know
cat.
what? It's a cool cat. Get the freaking put some fix the problem. That cat is so cool.
You go for it, Sachi.
Cool cat. I agree. The cat came to the door for a reason. I think it's.
I've been here 7 years. Cats coming and going in the yard and whatever. Nobody ever says a thing. But this one came right to the back door after Janaki and Gaurahari retired to the motorhome, and you're just like, yeah. And I'm like, what is that? Where'd you come from?
Just don't let him spray all over everything.
He won't. He won't. He's the coolest cat. It was well-behaved cat.
Can I just chime in there?
He does.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
There's a reason that there's a reason that the cat won't spray his man stuff around your house.
What is that reason?
He won't have any man stuff to spray.
Well, I did have another male cat that got fixed, but it still continued to spray. But you know what? Krishna is in this house, and this cat, I've already tested him out for 3 days, and he like fits right in. And the other cat doesn't fight him. She just hisses and turns around and goes the other way. And so I figure if I need to move or something, I can move with two cats. If I have one cat, I can have two.
Oh, that's another thing. Moving. Yeah. They don't mind having two cats, do they?
Oh my God.
What's that?
Do landlords mind if you have two cats, or?
No, if you have one cat, you have a pet. You have a pet.
You just pay them extra.
Not usually. I mean, well, it just depends. Most landlords allow pets. you know, but if they don't allow pets, they don't allow pets. Go somewhere else.
I don't want to be a.
I mean, like I said, I've already got one.
I don't want to be a speculator. Or I don't want to do a Srila Gaurahari Das in it. But in my experience, that if you take a cat from its habitat, it goes crazy.
If you do what?
If you take a cat from its habitat, it goes crazy.
Well, that's not been my experience. My Leela, she's moved 3 or 4 times already.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
that's my experience.
They're adaptable. They're adaptable. Only Sachi, she doesn't adapt very well.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't adapt. After I met you so long ago, I did adapt some. But I'm not ready to live up full time in the woods, in a tent yet.
You'll notice she said the word yet.
What did Karuna say?
I said, you'll notice that Sachi said the word yet in her sentence. So she's going to the
That means
tent.
you'll be moving to the forest
Yeah,
soon. Maybe.
yeah. Oh.
I won't respond because I really didn't catch it. I had to roll the windows up and everything to hear since I'm starting to drive.
Sachi's moving to the forests.
Anyway, this cat, well, I don't know. I don't want to overdo it on the conversation on the cat. So, let's see if we can ask the guru a question.
Ah.
Who has an intelligent question to ask the guru?
So, where in Shastra does it mention the length of Lord Krishna's member?
It has to be 6.43 centimeters.
6.4. Yeah.
Then we know it's a divine personality. It's gotta be extra small because they don't use it.
They don't. Oh, come on, Maharaj. Of course he uses it. He has to wee-wee. He has to go to the toilet. Or he wants to go to the toilet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's all.
How
Well,
else?
actually, Nityananda got married, so he had to use it.
How else are they going to?
Even Nityananda got it.
How else are they going to pee on the Brahmana's dinner?
I have a question for Maharaj.
Woo.
I do.
Yes. What is your question? The all wise Oz is here.
Yeah, so I was talking today with Bruna. Where does it say, I don't know if it's in the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, where when there is a, I think Prabhupada has said this, I don't know, maybe you can answer. Where does it say that when there is a Raganuga Bhakti teaching, you can leave Vaidhi Bhakti and hear from the Raganuga Bhakti?
Okay.
Could I partly answer that?
Yes.
No, I'm
Good.
not really an answer. It's a comment.
Saved by.
Where does it say we have to have something that tells us what we have to do all the time?
Good answer. Hey,
Sometimes I have a hard time with the scriptures too.
but then you're identifying with it. I'm just asking Guru Maharaj where it says that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times you have to see indirectly. So, see, there's two ways to understand Shastra. One is by direct, self-evident meaning, and the other is by inference. You know what inference means?
No.
Okay. Inference means you read a verse and it infers something, but intuitively, it points to something. Okay, so I'll tell you where it shows that through inference. Okay, so Lord Chaitanya, he goes to Ramananda Roy and asks him, what is the goal of life and the means to attain it? And Ramananda Roy said, Vaidhi Bhakti, Varnashram Dharma, follow the rules and regulations, and engage in your occupation, blah, 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 right? And Lord Chaitanya said, that's external bhakti. Tell me something more. He rejected that. Tell me something deeper. Okay, so by the Lord's actions, he's showing that's where it says. And I'll show you some other places. The wives of the Brahmins, their gurus, were their husbands. They were, Brahmins, and they were doing pujas and stuff. And so the cowherd boys called them, and so they went, and they're so anyway. There's an inference there that one should go to the Raganuga Bhaktas to associate with them, to hear from them, to serve them. Got that?
Yeah.
And Bali Maharaj also got the same. It infers the same thing. He had a guru who was on obviously another platform, and he went and served Vamanadev. Matter of fact, before he even did that, he heard from his grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj, and helped him understand these intricate things. Intricacies.
I'd like to add there, now that I've thought about it over again.
Bet you didn't expect that answer.
No, we haven't heard that. We haven't heard that before. Never heard that before. Can I add a little realization that sparked by hearing that?
Go ahead.
So her question was, is there anywhere in the Shastra that Prabhupada says that we should leave? What was it, Yamuna, again? Say it again.
If they Raganuga Bhakta, we should go to the Raganuga Bhakta. We don't have to necessarily worship Vaidhi Bhakti. We should go to the Raganuga Bhakta. We should hear from him.
There's another place too, I'll tell you.
Oh. You want to go ahead, Maharaj, and say that?
Prabhupada said, Prabhupada also said, I remember reading this in purport in the Bhagavad-Gita, and Prabhupada said, he said that if one gives the mercy of a Vaishnava, one can advance in Krishna consciousness even without following the rules and the regulations of the Vaishnava scriptures, having to go through that method. And so that's how you get the mercy, is basically you associate with them and hear from them. And just become part of that group. And that's how you do it.
I think that's mentioned in Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu.
Oh, and then, God, there's so many verses coming.
Yeah.
There's the one where it says it's not through rules and regulations and, Vaidhi Bhakti. It's not through Vaidhi Bhakti by and fasting and austerities. Yeah, that one attains Krishna Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. So there's another indirect inference there. There are a lot of verses like that.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another one. It's a good one. Simply by the even a fallen soul. This is in Anjalila, chapter 7, verse 1. A little paraphrase. Even a fallen soul who gets the causeless mercy of the devotee, who is like a bumblebee at the feet of Lord Chaitanya, can become eternally liberated. See? So how do you get that causeless mercy? You got to associate with them. Because if they're like a bumblebee, they're going to be talking about these principles taught by Lord Chaitanya, right? The inference. Many of these things are inferring things, but you have to be a woke, part of the woke group. You know, we're part of the transcendental woke group here.
What group? What group?
Woke. You know, they have this woke group in the these
Woke
guys
group.
they call the woke. The woke.
No, I didn't know that, but yeah, transcendental woke group.
No, they're the
They talk
Wookiees.
about there's this David Icke is talking about the wokes. You know. Okay, I need to pull off here. What time is Big Five store open in Thatcher?
Ah, this is great.
Good.
Now this is Sadhu Sanga. Aha. Oh. Oh, Krishna.
So why do you wear sunglasses to Sadhu Sangha there?
Oh, I just put them on. I thought I'd keep them on for a bit.
Oh,
I'll take them off so much.
that's okay. Oh yeah, now you look stoned. Look like you smoked a joint.
Do I?
Yeah, you better keep them on, otherwise we'll know.
Oh, you know, I said it earlier. We were talking about it earlier, and I said, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's why I mentioned it. Janaki, you can never tell. Janaki, you can never tell.
Janaki doesn't smoke hardly any.
Yeah. She just takes a little tiny little.
Janaki's a cheetah. She has teeny with. No, actually, Karuna's like that. Karuna's like.
Teeny weeny little bit.
You're more attentive in class.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's good.
Like you're there, and you know, yeah, you're more attentive. I like it.
I have to go and stretch a bit. I need to do some exercise. I'll catch you guys later. Hare Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari.